Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlene and I'm a full-time fashion reseller on the Poshmark app as well as on eBay. If you are new, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below so you never miss a video, and also the bell button so you're notified of when I do post a new video. So in today's video, I will be discussing 5 tips to get over summer slowdown or when your sales are slow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop right into this video and get started. So I have my phone here. I made a little list just so I stayed on track. So my first one, this is super repetitive, but it works a lot, especially if you haven't had any sales in a while. Offers to likers. I feel like it's one of the most useful things that you can get out of Poshmark, because as a reseller on Poshmark, you can send offers to people who liked any of your items, and they're able to counter offer, send an offer back to you as well. Typically, when I send offers to my entire closet, it ends up being such a huge sales day for me. So especially if I've been in a bit of a rut and I haven't been making that many sales, I will go ahead and send offers to every single liker in my closet. It does take a while, but it's definitely worth it. So when it comes to sending offers to likers, I do 2 different things. The first thing is I send an offer to my likers as soon as they like the item. Some people don't do that, but here's why I do. As soon as they like that item and you send them an offer, you know that they're still active on the app. The last thing you want to do is have somebody who's never typically on the app like one of your items, and then you wait until, say, the end of the week to send them an offer and they're just not on the app anymore. So typically, if somebody likes an item, I go ahead and send the offer. If they don't respond, that's fine. But when they get back on the app and they see that the offer has expired, a lot of the times they will resend me that same offer and I'll go ahead and accept. Another way I like to send offers to likers is I like to set my closet from highest to lowest, and I send offers on half of my closet for my most expensive items, and I'll send really aggressive offers as well. So when you send aggressive offers, you have to know your cost of goods just to make sure that you get that money back plus a profit. So I don't recommend doing that if you're not familiar with your cost of goods, because I don't want you guys losing money, but I'm very familiar with my cost of goods, so that always works well for me. And then in terms of how often I send offers to likers, well, of course I send them right away, but when it comes to my entire closet, I like to do that every Friday or every other Friday. The reason why I choose Friday or every other Friday, people typically get paid on Fridays, so that's just a great day because, people got, their paychecks and they do have money and they're able to respond to the offers and actually make a purchase. So that is my first tip for getting over a sales rep. My next tip is run a sale. This is something I started doing, I believe, starting on Memorial Day. That's the first day I ever ran a sale. I ran a Memorial Day weekend sale the entire weekend, and I had my entire closet be 50% off. That sounds like a lot, but again, don't do sales like that if you don't know your cost of goods and if you're going to lose money. That ended up being one of my biggest sales weekends when it comes to overall profit. So sales can be really good. And make sure you advertise it on your Poshmark store. What I do is I make a listing that says, this weekend only, I'll be running a sale for 50% off, and make it really eye-catching. And I also include that with bundled items. So if I see somebody added stuff to their bundle, I'll also add that advertisement just so they know, hey, if you want to add anything else, you're going to get a really great deal. And oftentimes they do. So that's another one. I have noticed that lots of people are super successful with having mystery box sales. So they'll have 3, 4, 5 items at a really competitive price. So the person gets to choose which items from your closet that they like, bundle them up, and they get it for one flat rate price. So that's also a really good one to run. So that's tip number 2. Now for tip number 3, this is something that I have really been noticing is one of the reasons why people aren't making that many sales right now, is because we need to source smarter. By source smarter, I mean, if you have really good items, really good brands, good quality items in your closet, there's no reason why you shouldn't be making sales. And what I mean by that is people are looking for good quality items. You need to know what your niche market is. And if people are looking for those items, they're going to buy them. So I do know that there is someone in my area who had this huge sales weekend. I think she had like $640 in sales her sales weekend, and she doesn't share her closet that consistently, but she's constantly listing and buying quality items. She's constantly sourcing. But the thing is, she sources items that people are looking for. So I think that's something, especially going into Q4 here soon, we really need to focus on sourcing smarter. So that's something I'm also trying to focus on as well, because I did notice that my sales did decrease, but I took a look at the items that I have in my closet and I was like, I could do better. So that's a really big tip, and let me know how that works for you, honestly, because I feel like we all need to be a little bit more picky with the items that we buy, rather than having stuff that's not quality and will sit in our closet. All right, so tip number 4, listing algorithm and sales algorithms. So I know there's like this huge conspiracy about, oh, does Poshmark have an algorithm? Do they not? Or whatever. I can confirm to you that they do have an algorithm that you need to hit. Something that will mess up the algorithm is declining offers. Never, ever, ever decline an offer. Always counter. Even though you might get those people who are constantly sending lowball offers, never decline. Have them decline. So even if you guys are going at it all day, going back and forth, as soon as you click decline, that messes with your algorithm. So never, ever decline an offer. Another algorithm there is the sales algorithm. So when you make a sale, it boosts you. Even if it's a $7 sale where your profits are basically nothing, that will still boost you. So as soon as you make a sale, share your closet. As soon as you make a sale, start sending offers to people. As soon as you make a sale, be active on the app, because once you make that sale, you are listed as higher up. They might feature you. So yeah, making sales really helps boost your algorithm. The other one is the listing algorithm. So I've gotten complaints from people saying that I've been listing every single day, maybe 10 to 15 items, and there was a person who her sales just like plummeted, and she couldn't understand why, because she was listing very regularly. So she emailed Poshmark and asked them, is there something wrong with my account? What's going on? And a Poshmark representative did respond saying that typically Poshmark will boost people who are listing the most items. So say you list 10 items and somebody else lists 20. They're going to be higher up. So they said that to be more visible on Poshmark, it's better to list about 20 or more items at a time. So that's what I've also been working on doing, because I did test it and I noticed that if I list 10 items a day, my sales are lower. But when I'm consistently listing 20 to 25 or more items each time I do list, I make really good sales that day or that weekend. So that is something that I think is a really great tip and could help a lot of you. All right, my last tip is consistency. So I know we all hear this a lot, you have to be consistent, but especially on Poshmark, it's not one of those platforms where you can just list an item and forget about it. You have to be active on the app, interact with other users on the app. That's something that people don't remember. Participate in parties, share things to parties, and you have to share your closet. Honestly, I recommend sharing your closet no less than 3 times a day. So I do morning, afternoon, evening, and especially in the evening, I might share it twice in an evening, because that is the time where activity peaks on the app. So if you're not sharing, your items are not going to be visible to anybody unless they specifically search for that item. So sharing, and listing. So those are the 5 tips that I have. If you follow all these steps, there's no reason why your sales should be low, because these are the key things that matter when it comes to being successful on Poshmark. So do you guys have any tips that you could share as well? Because if you do, please list them down below. I'd love to try it out, and I want to banish this whole summer slowdown thing, because you know, it's I don't know, I feel like we can all kind of get into this mindset that, oh, it's just gonna be a slow season. Yeah, it could be, but you could always be doing stuff to boost your sales, because at the same time, while people are having really bad sales, there's others that are thriving. So it's just finding that medium and doing the things that you have to do and staying consistent and continuing to push on. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also follow me on Instagram to see kind of my daily reseller life. I'm at LOVELYANDPOSH with a period in between each word on Instagram. I'd love to have you. I do giveaways occasionally and things like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.